So your question of the week is, what is the Engineering Apprenticeship's best practice program and why was it created?
Okay, the why behind it is really important. So it recognises that we talk a lot about the skill shortage, don't we? I referenced the big numbers earlier on. What we don't talk about is there are actually manufacturing and engineering companies out there in the UK that are like, what skill shortage? You know, we're oversubscribed. We don't struggle to retain apprentices. You know, we'd be really annoyed if we lost one apprentice after training them up. And the idea of this best practice program was formed from me learning more about these types of companies that are out there that are having a lot of success running apprenticeship schemes, linking them back to achieving high-level business goals and being successful in terms of future-proofing their businesses as a result. So what we did was we spent a lot of time talking to them, looking into what they did, how and why. And what emerged, we spoke to about 7 different companies in total, from corporates to SMEs, a breadth of sectors, industries, all totally different. But in talking to them, how they approach strategy and skills planning, how they approach implementing a pro-apprentice culture within their business, where apprentices are made to feel valued, included and celebrated, how they go about engaging with schools and colleges locally to attract the best young engineering talent, and then their approach to mentoring and developing apprentices when they're on their apprenticeship schemes. Everything that they did was very, very similar to each other. And we spoke to a lot of industry that were struggling to attract or retain young talent, particularly apprentices. And it turned out, it transpired that they weren't doing these kind of things. So the whole idea behind the best practice program is we've created a blueprint for success. So there is a roadmap, a paint by numbers approach to running a winning apprenticeship scheme that has been created off the back of feedback from SME and corporate engineering and manufacturing companies. And our aim is to take that roadmap to industry that are struggling to find young engineers and retain young engineers and say that there is a different way. You know, it's not, what's the point in repeating methods that are proven not to work over and over again when you can look at what's worked for other people and replicate that from using resources provided.
Yeah, that's brilliant. It makes total sense. You know, but we're similar here, really. We've made lots of mistakes over many years, and you just got to, you know, you can kind of put that into this sort of blueprint, like you are, and give everyone the opportunity to sort of hit the ground running, really, as opposed to like having to go through the same pitfalls everybody else has done. So I think it's a brilliant scheme. As you said earlier, the massive skill shortage, which I didn't actually realize it was quite as significant, as you mentioned, was 168,000 people, was that right?
186 young engineers every single year, the next 5 years, yeah. Yeah,
crazy. Anyway, doing a great job. I think it makes total sense. And yeah, get in contact with Adam if you need help with your apprenticeship schemes, really. So this was Adam Tipper, Next Gen Makers. Adam, thanks so much for being in the engine room. It was a real pleasure to speak to you, and keep up the great work.
Absolute pleasure. Thanks, Steve. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Adam. Cheers.
Bye-bye.